Alright, today we're talking about South Park, Casa Bonita. This episode's a masterclass in manipulation, psychopathy, and how far a kid's willing to go for sopapillas and cliff divers. And this episode is absolutely insane. Cartman at his most manipulative in this episode. You really get to see what a sociopathic piece of shit he is, and it's brilliant. So Casa Bonita is this fun Mexican restaurant, but to Cartman, it's Mecca. It's Vegas. We're talking cliff divers, puppet shows, all-you-can-eat tacos. It's every sense of childhood joy weaponized in a dopamine nuke. And here's the catch. Cartman's not invited. It's Kyle's birthday, Cartman's arch nemesis, who he calls filthy Jew every single day. So there's no way in hell Cartman's getting invited to Kyle's birthday, because like any rational human being, Kyle doesn't want to eat churros with a future war criminal. Now everyone knows Cartman's a walking garbage disposal. He's racist, a bigot, a manipulative little tyrant who thinks the world revolves around him. So what happens when a kid like that, who constantly treats his friends like shit, doesn't get invited to a birthday party? You think he'd just shrug it off, right? Nah, not Cartman. Kyle invited Stan, Kenny, and even Butters. But who didn't make the cut? Cartman, because Kyle has a goddamn backbone and told him straight up, you're an asshole. For any normal human being, that might be a moment of reflection, a chance to not be a total jerk for 5 minutes. But this is Cartman. Reflection isn't in his vocabulary. And Cartman treats rejection like a declaration of war, because in his brain, being denied something he wants is a violation of natural law, his law. The idea that someone else has the power to tell him no doesn't compute. So he pretends to be the victim. He whines and pleads, trying to emotionally extort Kyle into letting him go. But Kyle's not falling for the bait. So Cartman, he has to up the ante. First he tries flattery, trying to gaslight Kyle into letting him in, talking about how they've been great friends all along. Then he tries to guilt trip him, and eventually he folds. He's like, Kyle, listen, I know I've been a dick to you your whole life, but you know, I felt like we did have some sort of camaraderie, like maybe we were friends. Cartman was so full of shit. But Kyle fell for it. He's like, you know, I dig your sincerity. If Butters doesn't end up going, you can take his place. And then the wheels start turning in Cartman's head, because he knows he's got him hook, line, and sinker. He immediately starts scheming. He goes into overdrive, and Butters is the unlucky bastard who becomes his pawn. Butters is a sweet, naive little kid. He has no idea he's about to become a victim in Cartman's grand scheme. And Cartman sees Butters as his ticket to Casa Bonita. He views Butters as a placeholder, a warm body that can disappear so he can take his spot at the birthday party. And the only thing getting in between Cartman going to Casa Bonita is Butters, so Butters is collateral damage. So he kidnaps Butters, and not like just some lock him in the closet type of kidnapping. He pulls off this elaborate, over-the-top, deeply disturbing scheme to get Butters out of the picture. He convinces him there's a comet coming to destroy the Earth and locks him in a fallout shelter. Then he tells him the world's been ravaged by a cataclysm and he's the last human alive. And the world's become something out of 28 days later. Cartman's got his clothes ripped, chunks of his hair missing. He says the world's turned into rage-filled zombies. Also, he can go to a goddamn birthday party. This is some next level sociopathic behavior, the kind of shit that lands people in padded cells, not at the arcade trying to win tickets. There's no limits to Cartman's greed, and this episode highlights Cartman's absolute lack of moral compass. The idea that his actions have consequences is completely alien to him. He genuinely believes he deserves what he wants, regardless of how many lives he has to ruin, how many innocent people he has to terrorize, and how many goddamn missing persons reports he causes. Not only is he selfish, he's a black hole of self-absorption. He doesn't care about Butters' sanity. He doesn't care about anyone. He just wants Casa Bonita. What makes it funnier is how he pulls it off. There's something undeniably impressive about how meticulous and committed he is to this lie. Cartman would thrive in politics, or run in a cult, or both. And what I never understood is Cartman's one of the most openly racist kids on TV. Yet he worships Casa Bonita, a Mexican restaurant. He plans a criminal operation just to eat at a place with mariachi bands. But his racism stops the second he sees sopapillas. It's like his bigotry has a cheat day. So while Butters is missing, there's search parties going on for him, and Kyle decides to postpone the Casa Bonita birthday party for a week. And Cartman's like, ah shit, I gotta keep him down there for another week? What the fuck? So he does, and even takes him outside and moves him over to a dump so he won't be found in the bomb shelter. And now we reach the day, Casa Bonita Day. Cartman is pumped. He's ready to go. He's been having fantasies about Mexican mariachis and cliff divers. This is the greatest day of his life. And of course, to fuck everything all up, Butters is found the day that Cartman's going to Casa Bonita. So on his way over there, there's a whole APB on Cartman. And the cops are waiting right at the door. So Cartman's only got one choice. Time to speed run through Casa Bonita and make it all worthwhile. And it all ends into a showdown with the cops up on the cliff, just like in The Fugitive. It's the ultimate poetic justice for a character driven by pure gluttony and selfishness. He's being hauled away, facing legitimate legal trouble, and what's his main concern? That he got to go to Casa Bonita. He achieved his life goal. That's the brilliance and horror of Cartman. Even when he's completely busted, his perverse sense of accomplishment remains. He's a monster, but a very committed monster. And that's why Casa Bonita is a terrifying testament to Cartman's true nature. And that's Eric Cartman in a nutshell. This episode and the Scotty Tenorman one. Oh my God, I'm gonna do that one day. That's probably my favorite one. But the reason I did this is my son was out in Denver about a week ago. Him and his mom went over to a Metallica show over there, but they stopped at Casa Bonita, which has been on the bucket list forever since they reopened. And he even got some home video footage of the cliff divers. But I will say that he got sick the next day, so I don't know about their food, man. Be careful over there. I don't know if they're boiling their chicken all the way, but I digress. Shout out to Casa Bonita and shout out to South Park. This episode's incredible, and I wanted to do something different. I mean, you probably got to my channel from my gangster movie reviews, but I dig South Park as well. I dig a lot of things, and that's what I'm here for. I talk about what I dig, and hopefully you dig it as well. But anyways, tell me some of your favorite episodes of South Park. Tell me some other things you'd like me to do. And in between the gangster movies, I'll definitely add some South Park shit, some Sopranos shit, and maybe some other shit like Eastbound and Down. I love that too. But I hope everyone has a great day. Good night. Be safe. Enjoy some sopapillas. And God bless.